Good morning. My name is Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Robstown Municipal Court. Today's date is August 14, 2024. The time is approximately 10:02 a.m. and we are on the record. Everything here is being done via Zoom, and we are also broadcasting live via the court's YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone for being here this morning. A lot more people were summoned to show up. They didn't show up, but you folks did, and I want to thank y'all for doing so. If you're here today, you're here on one of two dockets. You're either here on the arraignment docket, or what we call the initial appearance docket, or you're here on a show cause docket, which means that you've already entered in a plea of guilty or no contest. You were asked to do something. You didn't do it, and now you're here to tell the court why. Um, so a few things I need to let you know. Every case that is heard out of this court is a Class C misdemeanor. There is no chance of jail time in these cases. You have the right to have a jury uh, to determine whether you're guilty or not guilty. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time in these cases. But an attorney can help you understand the law, can help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standards as if you were an attorney. You also have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your case against yourself. It's the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. Does everyone understand? Okay. Um, some other things I need to let you know. Um, there are consequences beyond this courtroom on certain cases. For instance, if you are charged with not having valid insurance, not only could you be subject to fines and court costs from this court, but you could also be subject to surcharges from the state of Texas. The point being is if you have any questions whether your particular charge has consequences beyond this courtroom, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. If you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could affect your status in the United States. If you find yourself in this situation, I strongly suggest you consult an attorney. Finally, if I order a fine and court cost and you're unable to meet that financial obligation, if you let the court know and you let the clerks know up front, they will forward you an application. You fill it out, and if you qualify, if I find that you are indigent under the law, I can do a number of things from placing you on an extended payment plan, which means beyond 30 days, to having you do community service in lieu of fines and costs, or a combination of those things. The point being is that just because you find yourself in a situation where you can't pay right now, there are other things that can be done so that you can satisfy your obligation to the court. Um, so the way this is going to work, um, when I call your case, please unmute your device at that time. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in, and then I'm going to let you know what you're being charged with. I'm then going to ask you, how do you plead? You're going to have three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and a plea of no contest are basically the same thing in that I will find you guilty and then move to the punishment portion of the case. The difference is that when you plead no contest, what you're telling the court is that you're not contesting the matter. You're not saying you did it. You're not saying you didn't do it. You're not contesting it. But what you're also telling the court that there is enough evidence before the court at this time to substantiate a finding of guilt. The other difference is that when you plead no contest, if anyone attempts to use that plea in a civil court to establish liability, more than likely the judge is not going to allow it. If you plead guilty, the judge can allow it. So those are some of the differences between not guilty and no contest. So if you enter either one of those pleas, I will find you guilty. Then we'll go to the punishment portion of the case, where there's a number of things I can do, from straight out issuing you a conviction to placing you on some type of deferred disposition. Deferred disposition means if you do what I ask you to do and you pay what I ask you to pay, and the time that I ask you to do it in, the case gets dismissed. So I take every case on a case by case basis, and when your time is when it's your turn to to have your case heard, we'll discuss what those options are. Um, if you plead not guilty, then your case is going to be set for a pretrial. At that pretrial, there will be a prosecutor representing the state of Texas present that you will be able to speak to if you so choose. The prosecutor is the individual who brings the case on behalf of the state of Texas. That individual has the ability to do a number of things from negotiating a plea bargain agreement to actually recommending dismissal of the case if he feels that it's warranted. Speaking to the prosecutor cannot hurt you. If you are unable to resolve your case with the prosecutor, then your case will be set for trial. And you're going to have a choice whether that's going to be in front of a jury of 6 people from the community or it's going to be in front of the judge, which would be me. It's going to be your choice. Okay. Uh, that being said, any questions at this time? Okay. Um, I want you to know we are on Zoom. Uh, Although it seems very informal, we are in a courtroom. So I ask that you conduct yourself as if you were in a courtroom. I say this because I've been doing this for a number of years now. It's a lot easier to get comfortable when you're sitting behind the camera. Some people, want to eat breakfast, do certain things that you normally wouldn't do in a courtroom. So we just ask that you be aware of that. Now, that doesn't mean you can't multitask, be on your computer, do other things until your case is called, but just be aware that you are on video and that everything's being recorded. Okay. All right. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and call the first case. Court calls cause number 24070000132, State of Texas versus Marcos Castillo. Marcos Castillo. Marcos Castillo. Court calls cause number 240700070, State of Texas versus Steve Castro Jr. Mr. Castro, if you can unmute your device.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Can you please raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You are Steve Castro Jr., correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Castro, you are being charged with the offense of changing lanes when unsafe, alleged to have occurred on or about July 5th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, as to the charge of changing lanes when unsafe, alleged to have occurred on July 5th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
I'd like to plead not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. Mr. Castro, if you have to have a trial on this matter, do you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
We'll go judge.
Okay, Mr. Castro. So what's going to happen next? You're going to receive a notice in the mail regarding a pretrial, and the pretrials will be conducted in the same manner. It'll be via Zoom. Mr. Isasi once again will be present, and you'll have an opportunity to speak to him. I just need to verify your address, Mr. Castro. Are you still at 103 McGee Lane?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Castro. Then we will see you at the next court proceeding. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No, I don't. I think I understand.
And one thing
Judge.
I need to let everybody know is that it's important after you enter your plea, whether it's guilty, not guilty, or no contest, you have to come in to the court to sign off on your plea paperwork. So if you live in Robstown, the court is located at City Hall on Main Street. Just come on in. We close at 5 o'clock. We ask that you do it today at the latest tomorrow. Okay. If you live out of town, if you'll call the clerks, they'll make arrangements to email you the documents so that we can make sure that we get those back. Not showing up to court or not getting those documents back to us will be the same as if you didn't even show up to court today. Okay. And a warrant for your arrest will be issued. Okay. All right, Mr. Castro, you are excused.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls cause number 24070000131, State of Texas versus Jessica Correa. Jessica Correa.
Yes.
Jessica, let me go ahead and change. Put your name on the device here.
I'm not sure how to do that.
No, I'm doing it for you.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Correa, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand up. You are Jessica Correa.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Correa, you are charged with the offense of public intoxication, alleged to have occurred on or about July 19th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of public intoxication alleged to have occurred on July 19th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. Ms. Correa, if you need to have a trial on the matter, do you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
I'm in front of the judge.
Okay, Ms. Correa, let me just verify your address. Are you still at 8812 Caroline Road?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Correa, you will receive a notice in the mail regarding your pretrial hearing. In the meantime, once again, please make arrangements to come in to sign off on your plea paperwork, okay?
Okay. Until when do I have time to go, or do I have to go as soon as possible?
We prefer today, but if you can come by tomorrow by 5 o'clock,
Okay.
that would be good, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court cause number 2407000073, State of Texas versus CT Corp System. CT Corp System. Court cause number 2407000074, State of Texas versus Christian Garcia. Christian Garcia.
Judge, I believe he's gonna be coming in person.
Okay. Court cause number 2407000090, State of Texas versus David Hernandez. David Hernandez. Court cause number 2407000010, Kevin Lara Dominguez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dominguez, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. You are Kevin, I'm sorry. You are Kevin Dominguez?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dominguez,
I have two last names. It's Lara Dominguez.
okay. You are Lara Dominguez, okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dominguez, you are being charged with the offense of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on July 3rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where you are accused of having a blue bag containing marijuana. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on July 3rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Plead not guilty.
The court accepts your plea of not guilty. Mr. Lara Dominguez, if you have to have a trial, do you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
I'll do it in front of the judge.
Okay, you will receive a notice via mail of your pretrial date. Are you still at, let's see here, 1009 Indiana Street?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you can just make sure that you come by the Robstown Municipal Court today by 5 o'clock, at the latest tomorrow, to sign off on your paperwork.
Alrighty. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. You're excused.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Court calls cause number 2407000129, 2407000124, and 2407000125, State of Texas versus David Martinez. David Martinez. David Martinez. Court calls cause number 2405000491, State of Texas versus George Martinez. Mr. Martinez, if you can unmute your device, please. Okay, Mr. Martinez, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You are George Martinez Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Martinez, you are charged with the offense of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on June 30th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where you are accused of possessing one glass smoking pipe. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on June 30th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
The court will accept your plea of guilty. Okay, Mr. Martinez. I'm going to place you on what's called 90 days deferred disposition.
Okay.
It's going to be a fine of $230, court cost of $76 for a total of $306.
Can we break that into 3 payments for each first of the month?
Yeah, for sure, Mr. Martinez. So long as you have it paid off by the end of the 90 days, and if you do it like that, you know, in 3 payments, you'll have it paid off by that time, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to have to do a drug awareness course online, and when you come in, they'll give you the pamphlet that has that website, okay?
I want to tell you straight up, you see all this right here? That's all my medication. I will be coming out dirty if you send me somewhere. See that?
No, I'm not sending you anywhere to get tested, Mr. Martinez. You just gotta pay that amount in the next 90 days, do that one course online, and you're good, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Martinez, you have any questions?
Do I have to go to the court and sign paperwork too?
Yes, sir. Just if you can come by the court today, you know, no later than 5 or at the latest tomorrow, okay?
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. You're excused.
All right, have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Yes, sir. Court calls cause number 2405000181, State of Texas versus Victor McCracken. Victor McCracken. Mr. McCracken,
I'm here.
all right, can you please turn on your video?
Is it showing up?
No, sir.
I don't know how to get it turned on, Your Honor.
Are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on a computer.
On the left-hand side at the bottom of your screen, it should say audio and video. You just got to push the video portion. There you go. All right, Mr. McCracken, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You are Victor Ray McCracken.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Mr. McCracken, you are charged with the offense of illegal dumping in violation of 365.012 the Robstown City Ordinance, section 365.012, alleged to have occurred on or about May 13th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of illegal dumping alleged to have occurred on or about May 13th, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. Mr. McCracken, if you have to have a trial on this matter, do you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
The judge is fine.
Okay, Mr. McCracken, I just need to verify an address. Crystal, what address do we have for Mr. McCracken?
You want my
Let me
address,
check.
sir?
Let me check, Judge.
Remember.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna have my administrator tell you what we have, and then you verify whether that's still the correct address.
Okay.
I have a 30901 Beck Road.
Does that sound about right, Mr. McCracken?
Yes, that's in Boulevardy. That's correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, Mr. McCracken, if you can just make arrangements with the court, it sounds like you're not in town, where you can, they can email you, the plea paperwork and
Okay.
just get it back to us, and then you'll receive a notice of your pretrial date via mail.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. You're excused. Court calls cause number 24070000031, State of Texas versus Mariah Star Pacheco. Mariah Star Pacheco. Ms. Pacheco, can you please? Yeah, there you go. If you can, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Pacheco, you are charged with the offense of theft. I'm sorry, that's not the right one. Hold on real quick.
I was gonna say that one's not it.
No, that's not it. You are charged with the offense of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged
sir.
to have occurred on or about July 3rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where you are
Yes, sir.
accused of having a marijuana cigar.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of this charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on July 3rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. Ms. Pacheco, if this has to go to trial, do you want it in front of a judge or in front of a jury?
In front of the judge.
And Ms. Pacheco, are you still at 910 Nueces Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Ms. Pacheco, if you can just make sure you come by the Robstown Municipal Court no later than 5 o'clock tomorrow to sign off on your plea paperwork, and you will receive your notice of pretrial in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Court calls number 2407-000075 and 2407-000076. State of Texas versus Domingo Quintero. Domingo Quintero. Court calls number 2407-000130. State of Texas versus Allison Sanchez. Allison Sanchez. Court calls number 2405-000431. State of Texas versus Adrian Torres. Mr. Torres, if you can unmute your device.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you can raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You are Adrian Torres?
Yes.
Mr. Torres, you are charged with the offense of public intoxication and alleged to have occurred on or about June 23rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of public intoxication alleged to have occurred on June 23rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. Mr. Torres, if you have to have a trial on the matter, do you want it in front of the judge or in front of the jury?
Judge.
All right, Mr. Torres, let me just verify your address. Are you still at 922 Nueces?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Torres. If you could just make sure to come by the Robstown Municipal Court no later than 5 o'clock tomorrow to sign off on your paperwork.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I know that I have a minor on here, but I also have somebody else named Mariah. Can that person please come on?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave right now.
Oh,
I
okay. I already heard your case.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go ahead and remove you. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Okay, court calls number 2405-000354, State of Texas versus Star J Cueva.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can both of y'all please raise your right hand? Do y'all swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are Star J Cueva?
Yes, sir.
And ma'am, can you please state your name for the record?
Oh, Noelia Rodriguez.
Ms. Rodriguez, you're Ms. Cueva's mother?
Yes.
Ms. Cueva, how old are you?
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
18.
Oh, okay. All right, so Crystal, we didn't need a child obligation form, correct?
No, she's a minor, Judge, so no child obligation for her.
Okay. All right, Ms. Cueva, you are charged with the offense of assault by contact alleged to have occurred on or about May 23rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where an individual by the name of Serenity Garza is accusing you of punching her in the body. Are you aware of that charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Add to the charge of assault by contact alleged to have occurred on May 23rd, 2024 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
The court will accept your plea of guilty. Ms. Cueva, are you still in high school or did you already graduate?
I just graduated this year.
Okay. So you shouldn't have any contact with Miss Serenity Garza, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Ms. Cueva, I'm gonna place you on 90 days deferred disposition. What that means is if you do what I ask you to do and you pay what I ask you to pay, the case will get dismissed so long as you don't get any other violations in the 90-day period, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a fine of $215, cost of $76. You also have to do an anger management course, 4 hours online. Now you understand, Ms. Cueva, that under no circumstances should you ever put your hands on anyone. You understand that, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know sometimes we get mad, and that's what this course is to just to give you some tools on how to deal with certain situations, right? Where you may get mad, and I would take the opportunity since you are ordered to do it to listen and get all you can out of it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you currently employed, Ms. Cueva?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you 90 days to pay that off. All right. So if you want to give 3 payments, that's up to you. If you want to give 1 payment, that's up to you, so long as it's paid off by the 90th day. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. So long as you come in today, either by 5 or no later than 5 o'clock tomorrow to sign off on your paperwork. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
We go to the
The
city hall, right?
Yes, ma'am.
City hall?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.